So Natalie has agreed to come on and do a compensation plan training with us tonight. But I just want for us to take just 1 minute to say your name and where you're from and what is your one success that you've experienced this month so far. Nita, you want to start?
Anita Fifield. I'm from Southbrook, Newfoundland, and I have enrolled 7. Am I using the right choice of words?
Yes.
Yeah. 7 ambassadors so far, with a couple potentials. And if I get that far, then maybe my second iPad will be there too by Sunday.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Okay.
Penny?
My name's Penny, and I'm from St. John, New Brunswick, and I am 1 away from winning an iPad.
You do it!
You will do that, girl.
Okay.
Pamela, what's your successes this month? Your name and where you're from.
I'm Pamela Camden from Fort McMurray, and I want an iPad too, so I'm working on it.
Yes.
Good one.
Penny Jenkins, you want to share where you're from and what your success is this month so far? Can you hear me, Penny? Not sure if she can hear me. But Penny just joined like what was it, like the 5th of March, I think it was? Oh, we lost her. Cynthia?
You're on mute, Cynthia. Oh, she can't hear us either.
Or she can hear, but she can't. She hasn't figured out how to unmute herself. Can you unmute her, Cynthia? Cindy, I mean, can you go and just unmute her?
Sure.
Maybe she can't figure out how to do it.
No, it won't let me.
Okay. Well, when she comes, I think she's off now. She's unmuted.
Cynthia, you want to share your name and where you're from and your success this month?
Cynthia Nippard from Fort McMurray. I really don't have any.
You have a lot of successes so far this month. You want
What's that attitude, girlfriend? Man, oh man.
Cynthia's joined too, and she's getting really good at doing live videos and recorded videos that she's sharing on her Facebook.
Awesome. If we had everybody do 2 a month, that would be you'd have an incredible business. So that's a great accomplishment.
She did 2 this week, so that's great.
That is.
So I want to do a little introduction for my friend Natalie here, in case you guys don't know everything about her, like I do.
Uh-oh.
Natalie was the first jewel in Canada, if you didn't know that. Her ambassador rank is Emerald, but she's also taken her husband's account to Emerald. She is a retired nurse manager from Peterborough, Ontario. She spends half her year in the Villages, Florida as a snowbird. She has been in network marketing for 20 plus years, and she comes to us tonight with a world of knowledge and expertise. She is known as a comp plan expert, traveling Canada and the US, evaluating other companies' comp plans. She has taken 2 other companies to the top, and after being introduced to Plexus by 2 of her lifelong friends, she decided Plexus was a perfect fit for her last company to take to the top. Natalie inspires myself and Dennis every single day, and from the first day I joined Plexus, she's been there for me and us, doing hundreds, I would say hundreds, of 3-way calls, texts, messages, and loads of encouragement to keep us going. Some days were harder when she felt to show me some tough love, to move me out of my comfort zone and force me into the leader that she already saw in me even before I did. And it is because of her belief and love and commitment to me is the reason why I'm here today. Thank you, Natalie.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really excited because clearly this team has begun to explode. We've got people who have caught the vision. They've got the right mindset and the right attitude. I can see how positive you are and how the visionaries that you've become in this business. And I know that's because Cindy and Dennis are setting that tone. And we tend to attract like-minded people. We tend to work with people that are most like us, and we detract from people that are not like us. So we tend to create a team of people we really love and enjoy and respect, because we tend to attract people that are much like ourselves. So this team is proving to be an incredible team, a loving team, and a team that shares and supports and wants to grow together and wants to have the right mindset. And I don't think anyone can appreciate, I know Cindy does, I know Cindy and Dennis do, and I know some of you are getting there too, how incredible it is, in fact, how imperative, not incredible, how imperative it is to have the right mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Because with that, there is no accomplishment and there is no growth and there is no moving forward. And so that tough love Cindy talks about, sometimes that's necessary to slap people around a little bit to say, get out of your own way, because you're not seeing the things you're not seeing how well you're doing or how good the opportunity is or that sort of thing. Sometimes we need help with that. But what we each have to do, and I have to do it all the time too, is I need to find ways that keeps my mindset, because you get caught in wanting to compare with other people, compare other people's successes, other people's growth, and that's a big mistake because we all have our own journey. Somebody wrote the other day, and I thought it was so powerful. Imagine how many NFL teams have never made it to the Super Bowl, but nobody would say they're not successful players and not successful teams. They just haven't made it to the Super Bowl yet because everybody has their own journey and their own time to get there. And I think that's really important. We all have our own journey and our own time to get there. One of the things I still do is I look forward to Plexus Scoop when the magazine comes every month, or when we get that Plexus Scoop email, because I want to get the new Diamond documentaries as soon as they're released. I want to watch those Diamond documentaries. I find those to be so inspiring. And when I started this business, and I'm just sharing that because it may be the case for you, when I got started, I listened to a Diamond documentary every day. I couldn't wait to get up and start getting my coffee made, and I'd have my phone there and I'd listen to a Diamond documentary because that inspired me. Other people's success stories inspired me. And you have to find the way to do it. I've done different things. I've done Eric Worre training. I've done, I can't even think of all the different trainings that I've done. And I know Cindy is doing Bob right now. And everybody just refers to him as Bob because everybody knows as Bob, and then sort of the networking industry. He's very inspiring. And I know it's changing your perspective too, Cindy, isn't it? It's changing a lot of things for you. But Cindy wanted me to talk about the comp plan. And we're not going to talk about what does it mean to be an Emerald or even a Senior Ruby, because that's maybe a few months down the road. But where should you be focused right now? What's the biggest focus? So I want you to understand that learning to do silver, which pretty much everybody here has figured that out, learning to go silver is the biggest milestone to your success. When you learn how to go silver, it means you have learned how to communicate the benefits of our products to at least 3 people. By the time you've done it to enrolled your third, you've probably said it to about 10 people. Statistically, you've probably explained Plexus to about 10 people, and now 3 of them have trusted you enough to come on and take on our 60-day, hopefully at least take on our 60-day money-back guarantee. They've trusted you enough that they're willing to put their name on an account, put their credit card on an account, and try these products. If you've learned to do that, you have now learned how to take this business all the way to the top. Now you're going to get better at it. And what I mean by that, and I'm going to use an example because Cindy and Dennis saw the business from the very beginning. They got that. They were business-minded when they came in. But I'm going to use an example of somebody who wasn't. That's a better example because Cindy and Dennis already had that. So they didn't have to have this little bit of growth. But there's a person on the team that you guys have seen do enrolling this month whose name is Dory Dykema. When Dory enrolled in the beginning, all she wanted was her products. She had severe health issues. She was having trouble getting pregnant. She had Oh, well, she had all sorts of diagnoses. So all she cared about was getting her health better. And when I talked to her, because I saw her get a couple customers, and when I talked to her about enrolling ambassadors, she couldn't fathom that anybody she knew would want to be an ambassador. And I had to talk to her about the fact ambassador doesn't mean they're doing the business. Ambassador means they're getting the best price, they have an account, and you have a chance of building a builder, making a builder out of them. But she said, nobody's interested. Well, then I finally get her, she starts enrolling some ambassadors, but she won't let me talk to any of them. She won't put them on Plexus Power Team because I might talk to them if they're on Plexus Power Team. She was so nervous about it. So, because in her mind, in her town, nobody was interested in business. This was all in her mindset. It was totally Dory in her own way. But I knew that. And I knew that I just had to work with her and gently develop her into a builder. So now she enrolls people, but she does two things. One, she mostly, and you can talk with her about it, she's pretty open about it, she enrolls everybody basically with a small welcome pack, and she's only doing her subscriptions about half the time. So I ask her about that. Well, nobody here has money, she says. Nobody can afford it. And people don't want to be committed to the second month. This was all in Dory's head, all of it. But I had trouble. I had to do it gently because I couldn't do the tough love I did with Cindy and Dennis yet because they had met me a few times and Cindy and Dennis were business minded. So I knew that once they got over being angry at me and chatted a little bit about it between themselves, I knew they'd realize that it wasn't for my gain I was talking like that. It was only for them that I shared this stuff. So Dory had to be a little more gentle because I didn't have that trust in her yet. So now she has these ambassadors. She's probably got about 10 ambassadors, but I haven't met any of them. She won't let me talk to anybody. And I can't tell them about the potential doing the business except one, Camilla, because she reached out to me. But Dory wanted to know why I was talking to her. And I actually sent her a snapshot to show her that she reached out to me. It was so funny. Now what's happened? Now she's been doing the training. She gets on the calls. She's got success stories because now she has people using the products who have said to her, my gosh, I can't believe the difference in how I feel. She has people that call her because they're referrals from people who have had success. So now her confidence in the products has gone up a lot. Of course, she has an amazing story. So now I say to her, would you just trust me enough to put me on some 3-ways? Start some chats and let's just talk a little bit about the business. And now everything has changed. Now people come in and she talks to them right away from the beginning. If you're coming into this program and you're going to try the products, don't waste your time unless you're willing to give it a 60-day try. Because you didn't get where you are in 30 days, you can't expect to fix it up in 30 days. She talks with that kind of confidence. You really need 90 or 120 days, but the company gives you 60-day money-back guarantee. If after 60 days you decide it's not for you, then you know you can get your money back, or you can get your money back on the 1 or 2 products you're not sure is working for you. But that's the difference. Nobody goes in without a subscription, not one. She's enrolled 20 this month, and every single one has a subscription. Cindy, I know everyone you enroll has a subscription. And that's not because the 20 people she knows or the people that Cindy knows are different than the people we all know. It's the difference in how we communicate to them. Because here's the reality. Each and every one of them can go in next month and turn it off if they want. They have control of their account. And as long as we let them know that if they change their mind at any time, they just go in and turn off their subscription, they have control. That's all people need to know, is they have control. I use it as an opportunity when I'm setting them up to talk about what we may do a little differently next month. So for example, the one person that I set up recently, I said, one of the things we really would be nice to add next month would be the X Factor. So we talked about that. And I said, would it be okay if we add that to your subscription for next month? She said, yeah, that would be fine. But then I say to her, and if anything changes next month, you have total control. Your subscription is coming out on the 21st. If sometime between now and the 21st of the month you want to change that, you go ahead and change. If you need my help, you can call me. Okay, why do I say that? Because when you're growing your business, statistically, we know that if people are on it for 2 months, you have a better chance of them having success with the products and staying with us. If they're on it 3 months. If you don't have them on subscription, and you have to call them to have the conversation about staying on the products, you're risking losing them. You should be in touch with them all the time anyway. I mean, you're going to be in touch with them to help monitor them and see how they're doing, that sort of thing. But you've got a better shot if in their mind, they've come in and they've already committed to a 60-day money-back guarantee. You have a much better chance. As you're building your business, everything you do duplicates. You got to remember that. If you bring them in and you give them the opportunity to not be on subscription, for example, and they're not thinking about the 60 days, you're kind of killing them, because if they decide to do the business, that's all they know what to do, is sign people up and do the very same thing that you did. So for the future of their potential business, you need to treat them with that kind of handling, that they're going to be on the products for 60 days. Right now it's different, I know, because it's free enrollment. But in most cases, when it's not free enrollment, why would anybody pay $53 on a membership if they're not even going to give a 60-day tribe? Because the membership's not refundable. So that would be kind of a silly thing. So we have to know how to communicate that. But also, you're in business. And so I want to talk a little bit about the next step, because you come in and you go silver. This month, you guys are coming in and you're busting it out. You're doing 5 and 6 and 8 and 12 enrollments. That's fantastic, which, by the way, tells us if you did it once, you can do it again. Now you can't say to us, well, I can't get anybody to do this. Well, you just proved you could. If you did 6 this month, then we know you can do 3 month after month after month. You've opened the funnel, you're putting people in, you're learning how to talk, you're learning how to send messages and how to follow up, how to create interest on your social media, things to say, having samples when you're out and about. You're learning all those things this month. You've learned those things. If you've enrolled 6 people, you've talked a lot more than 6 people. So the key now, and the biggest hurdle and challenge we have, is keeping you doing this next month, doing another 3 or doing another 6. It's a numbers thing. The more you put in, Melissa Eichenhorst did a really great training a couple years ago about number 73. She didn't have a runner until number 73. Now you can take a whole year or 2 years to put in the 73, or you can just try to get that job done. And now you might be lucky, kind of like if you throw up a deck of cards and then you pick up 10 cards, you may have 3 aces out of those 10 cards, but you may have to pick up 40 cards till you find 4 aces. It's just sometimes a little bit of the luck of who you put in there. But I want you guys to keep doing, so keep going. So you've made it to silver, and some of you have done your 6 or more enrollments, or will, of course, because we know that a couple of you are at 5 and are going to take it to your 6, and you may only be at 1 or 2, and you're still going to take it to your 6, because you still have enough time to do it, even if you've only put 1 or 2 in. But here's the thing that you may not be focused on, and I'm glad Cindy reminded me of it, is super silver. How many here know what super silver is? Nobody? Okay, good.
Cindy told me, but I need it reiterated again.
Well, I actually had to go in and remind myself as well. Super silver is not currently a position in our compensation plan. I'm pretty sure it's soon going to be a permanent position. But on January 1, they introduced a super silver added level that runs from January 1 till December 31st of this year. Super silver is halfway between enrolling and going to gold. So it's 50 points. So going silver is your 3 people, right? Going gold is 100 points. Do you guys know how many people it would take to have 100 points?
20.
20. Good, Penny. It takes 20 people, because everybody on your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd level is worth 5 points. So when you go gold, it's very unlikely you have anybody below 4 levels. They're either your personals, or it's their personals, or it's your personals, but it's very unlikely anybody's on your 4th level, right? So let's say right now, and I'm going to use Annetta as an example, because Annetta, you said you've already enrolled 7 this month. Is that right?
Yeah.
Now remind me, did you have anybody enrolled last month?
3.
You just start. You had
That's
3
when I
last
went
month.
silver, yeah.
Okay, so you went, okay. And you have 7 this month, all who came in with a welcome pack.
Yep.
The 3 that enrolled last month, have they already ordered this month?
1 has, 2 are going to before the end. Their subscription is turned off because they didn't want that package, but they're going to order before the end of the month. Yes.
So congratulations, Annetta has made super silver this month. Super silver is 50 points. Super silver is 10 people. Annetta just made Super Silver. That's an extra $150 cash bonus for going Super Silver. 10 people.
Seriously?
Yes.
Who's
How
that?
exciting is that? You didn't
Right.
know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the only thing that could ruin it is if between the 1st of April and payout commissions for the 15th, which we always know are paid early around the 12th, if one of those 10 people ask for a refund, because now you only have 9, because the refund is considered, you know, this month's.
That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. You're not going to let that happen.
No refunds going on here.
So the way it works for Super Silver is that 50 points, even though Annetta's 7 people this month are, unless they bought, except for the ones who may have bought the bigger pack, if they only bought the $99 pack or the $132 pack, they don't show as 5 points. But the computer says we know they bought a welcome pack, whether it's a 99 or 260, or whether it's a 132. Sorry, because I'm in the States.
We know.
132 or a 265 welcome pack. We know that they're qualified ambassador this month. So the computer will look at it and they're going to say, oh, Annetta had 10 qualified ambassadors this month. And when they do commissions, they'll pay her. So now let's look at, Natasha's not on here, is she?
No, no.
Okay. So Natasha's another person that I think could end up Super Silver this month. So anybody, let me just ask, Penny, you've enrolled 5 this month, you said.
Yeah.
Did you have any enrolled from last month?
No.
So you just started really enrolling this month.
Well,
But-
I have
Yeah.
2 others from previous months.
Okay. And are those 2 still active?
Yes.
Okay. So you have 2 that ordered this month plus 5 this month.
I believe so, yes.
So that means 7. So that means if you, by the end of this month, could get 3 more. Now, it could be a previous person. If you have anybody in the past who's inactive, reactivates and puts an order, or you get 3 more, then you don't only earn your iPad, you also are a Super Silver this month. So that might be a goal to be working on
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking to see. There's no one else probably. Pam, I don't know how many you have active right now.
2, maybe?
2, okay, plus your new ones that you're enrolling this month.
And,
So,
yeah,
okay.
I have 2, and then I just signed up one today. And another lady I'm waiting on, and my daughter's signing up on Friday.
Oh, good.
And my sister is almost there.
So
She's
looks
a
like-
customer, and I'm telling her to go and get and sign in for ambassador instead of just being a customer.
Perfect. So it's possible for you to earn your iPad, and if not, go Super Silver this month, go Super Silver next month. That's a great thing. This Super Silver runs right through to the end of the year. So we want to get people in. Sorry, my phone just keeps, I don't know if I'm just going to turn it off. Sorry, just a sec. I have to look at it. There we go. I'm just turning it off. So Super Silver, we want to get everybody focused on going silver. It takes, a couple, 3 months once they go, what's that cup say?
Sparkle, shine, and dream.
Oh, I like that. That's awesome.
Love it.
I like that mug. So I'm really excited that we might have a couple Super Silvers that we're going to be celebrating in this group this month. Then what we want to do is get you thinking about gold. Gold is a huge achievement because gold means, unless you've been a really massive recruiter and you've done all 20 on your own, by the time you go gold, because you can go Super Silver and it really be just you. It's nice if it's not, but you could do it all on your own, right? You can do all 10 enrollments on your own. But by the time you go gold, likely you got 1 person, maybe 2 people that are trying to do what you do. That's when it gets exciting because now you're leading by example. Now you're mentoring somebody. Now somebody's looking to you for some guidance, and you want to make sure that you're teaching them right. So obviously mindset. Sometimes we have to correct people a little bit to keep them, because without the right mindset, they're not going to attract anybody anyway. So you want to keep every time you get a new person in, you want to give them some guidance about where they could be reading or what they could be looking at. Like I said, I like diamond documentaries because that does it for me, but that doesn't do it for everybody. Some people, I don't think most people would be ready for Bob Heilig like Cindy's doing. That's more advanced leadership stuff. That's not for a brand new person, but having them read a very simple network marketing book like Eric Worre's, Rock Your Network Marketing Business, that kind of book is a really good place, but get people kind of thinking. So that's one of the jobs when we bring them in. Our job is to get them to silver as quickly as we can. Now, the big thing that we have this month is, of course, we want you guys focusing on going gold next month. If you can get to super silver this month, you absolutely can work to go gold next month. That's a great, great, great accomplishment. Annetta?
So going, I must have misunderstood something. Do I have to go? Okay. You said going gold next month. So I would have to get 10 by the end of April in order to go gold, or can I get my 10 if I didn't have them all in April, say I got 10 more by the time May come? Or does it have to be done in April?
No. It's whenever you do it.
Where I got that to. I understood that from something I read.
No.
That I had to have them all by the end of April.
Oh, you know what you're thinking of as the fast track program that they have running.
Oh.
We're not even going to talk about that. That's over in April.
Oh, I'm going gold. I know that.
Yeah. And the ideal thing would be is when you go, if at the end of the April, let's say you're gold, it's not because you went and did 10 more. It's because one or two of the people you have led you to 3 or 4 people, right? Because it's 20 in your group altogether, your people and the people they enroll and the people they enroll. So everybody's got codes. You guys got to really think hard about the fact that everybody you've enrolled this month has 3 codes. We do not want those codes wasted. We have never done this in the company before. Giving away 6 codes to people from last month and a free iPad is insane. And now turning around and giving all these new people 3 codes is crazy. So
they have until mid-April?
We have until April 15th to use those codes. So we talked about the season of imbalance. Dennis said Cindy's been working really hard. Cindy's just done this crazy job of all this enrolling off of months where she's already been doing lots of enrolling. So one could argue that she shouldn't have had much left in her funnel, but she has a lot left in her funnel because she's never stopped the daily messaging and daily communicating with people. So we're going to have 2 weeks to use those codes. Your job is to find a way to get into their warm market. Okay, now understand this. When our job as networkers is to find a way to get outside of our circle of influence, immediate circle of influence, and into their circle of influence. Because you're not a prophet in your own land. If Penny is talking to her sister and she's talking to her next door neighbor, it might be like blah, 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 blah. There goes Penny talking. But she's at least enrolled. But Penny says to her friend, you know, you've got these free codes. You may not be interested in the business, but you know people who could really benefit from our products. And why not give them the opportunity to do it with a free membership just like you did? Why don't you think of 3 or 4 or 5 of your friends that might like to take advantage of the 60-day money-back guarantee and get a free membership? After all, as I said to one person in Dory's group when we were talking, if you went into Costco and they said, thank you so much for being such a great customer. Because you've been such a loyal customer, we're going to give you 3 free memberships. Do you think that they're going to find some friends to take those 3 free memberships? They probably are going to think about it. So we got to get people thinking like that. Let's not be the judge that these people will do or do not want to use the products. Just offer the people you know, let them know you've got 3 free memberships. Now you can guide them to help them do things like, let's say they've started on the products, they've been on for a week, week and a half, and they have one milestone success thing. They say, you know, I think I'm noticing some more energy. Then go on their Facebook. Ask if you can go and make a post and say, I was so excited to talk to so-and-so today. And she shared with me that in this short time, she's already feeling more energy. You're doing that because if that person has 150 friends on Facebook, you've just opened up their network. And then, you know, you can guide them because they may not feel comfortable saying about the 3 codes. Your job is to get into their warm market. Now, Penny's Penny's neighbor might not really listen, just thinks it's Penny, blah, 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 talking about plexus. But her friends don't know Penny. So all she has to do, her friend, is edify Penny. That's all we ask our people to do. So Penny says, when you're talking to your friend, just say that my friend Penny's been using the products for a few months. She's had some great success. She knows a lot about the products. And I don't know anything about these products because I'm just trying them right now. But I would love to get you just in a 3-way chat on Facebook with my friend Penny, because she can answer your questions. By edifying just a little bit, that person now will listen to Penny. So edification is really important. We have to help our people know how to do that, so that their friends and family will listen to what we have to say. So we have to ask them sometimes to edify us. Sometimes that's a little awkward, but you can find a way to do that. But our job right now, you guys, is for every single person you enroll to see if we can help them go silver. Not because they care about going silver, but because they're going to get a check. If they have people ordering, they're committed. But more importantly, it doesn't matter if you think they're a dud. Every dud knows a stud. And you're trying to get into their warm market. And it's true. Every dud knows a stud. And sometimes it's a dud who brings in a stud that they don't even know. My daughter's a dud, but guess who I got? Cindy Newman. Right? Every dud knows a stud. And so that is, my daughter does not have the skills to build this business, but she was inspired one day to put something on Kijiji. And lo and behold came Cindy.
And Dennis.
And Dennis, Cindy and Dennis, exactly. Cindy and Dennis. So your job now is to find a way. What I'm doing with the people that came in, that I brought in this month, is I'm sending them the little video that I did that just explains, I know you're not interested in the business, but lots of people start that way. But even that maybe is a little bit, I might even redo it, because I do talk about the business in it. And I think I might redo it and just talk about the benefits for them as a wholesale buyer to have a few people using the products. Heck, why not get a check?
Yeah.
Now, so far, I've enrolled 5. I still have 1 more to get my iPad. 4 of my 5 have done the large welcome pack. So, of course, they're more likely to have their friends do the same thing as they did, because we duplicate what we do. We tell people what we do. Another reason why we want to encourage people to do larger packs, especially if there's a chance they might do the business. Because now I've said to them, if they have 3 friends or family who do the same pack they do, and we do it in 2 weeks, they're gonna earn over $500, because that's that fast track. If they do big packs, they get people doing big packs. They give them these great big bonuses. So I have I've got 2 of them are actually looking at the business, but one who had no interest in the business is really excited that she might get a little check. She said, maybe if it even covers 2 or 3 months of worth of products, that'd be pretty nice. And now, of course, I would get her to be more likely to stay and try extra products. So one of the things I think we're going to do, and we're going to talk about, with a few of us will talk about over the next few days, is, and I don't know if Cindy, if you had suggested it, or Dory, about doing a Facebook group and just putting people in there. And, just those of us that are in there, we could just share a little bit of our story, but we keep it very friendly. And we just want them to be interested in sharing the products. You guys know you got to go from your 5 or 10 that you have to 20. Do you want to go get 10 yourself, or do you want to leverage people you have and get into their warm market? Because it's endless when you get into their warm market. It's endless when you reach out to other people. So be creative. Ask your friends. Cindy has done this several times. Ask your friends, if you would allow me to make a post on your Facebook, then I'll put your name in a draw for a 7-day slim sample, that sort of thing. Be creative to get into other people's warm market. It's a numbers thing. Your goal right now should be, all of you, regardless of where you are right now, your goal should be, how do I get to gold next month? How do I have 20 people in my team next month? Because it's all achievable for you guys. If you can do the kind of enrollments you've done already, going gold is achievable. It's absolutely a goal you should stretch for. Super silver for sure first. Get that done. You're halfway to gold. And then just focus on getting a few people to silver. If you only focus on helping others have some success, get a little check, get a couple of their friends on board with them. If you focus on helping them, your business will just grow and grow and grow. And then pretty soon you're going to be working. And I'm going to tell you the biggest jump, and Cindy and Dennis know this, the biggest jump is from gold to senior gold. And I'll explain why. It takes 20 people in your business to go gold. You can almost do that yourself, but it's a lot more fun if you have 1 or 2 people doing it with you. You cannot go yourself to senior gold. You can't possibly you could go enroll 50 people yourself. But if you can, going to senior gold means you've learned how to mentor a few people, motivated, enthused, got them enthused to join you. But you're going from 100 to 250. You're going from 20 to 50 people. That's 2.5 times the business. It's our biggest jump in the compensation plan. We always say the jewels. If you can get somebody to senior gold, you can get them to emerald, because that's the biggest jump. Because now to go from senior gold to ruby, it's just double. To go from ruby to senior ruby, it's 50% growth. You go from 500 to 750. But now you got a team working. So that jump between ruby and senior ruby tends to happen pretty quickly, often 1 month right after the other, because there's not a lot of growth. But the biggest task is get yourself to gold, because you've learned the skills. If you can go gold, you've learned how to talk to people, you've learned how to present, you've learned how to do subscriptions, you've probably now getting a lot more of the larger packs, you're building a lot more confidence, and you're starting to get some duplication. And that's when it gets fun. But I'll tell you the biggest mistake, and Cindy will be able to attest to this, because this is what happened to Cindy in the beginning, and I don't think she'd mind me saying that, because she's all about everybody learning. Cindy would be excited, and then she would get herself in a funk. And in the beginning, not for a long time, this is not the Cindy we know now, but before, she would get herself in a funk and get negative. And guess what happens? You lose all the momentum you've gained. You can go and enroll 3, 4, 5 people, then you get in a little bit of a funk, because these 5 people don't want to do anything. And it takes you another 90 or 120 days just to get back to where you were before. Because that funk, first of all, when you're in a funk, you're not talking to people, you're not excited, you're not enthusing them, you're not motivating them. You're not that attractive when you're kind of feeling that way. You're avoiding the phone calls. You're avoiding people asking you questions when you get in that mindset. So right now, because you guys are having such great success enrolling 1, 2, 5, 10, whatever it is this month. Cynthia, by the way, if you've enrolled 2, that's fantastic. That's fantastic, fantastic. So we need to ride on that and keep that enthusiasm up all the way into gold and beyond. But right now we got to keep that momentum. You can't slow down. You can't say, well, I made it. I got my iPad. Phew, I can relax for the month of April. No, you can't. You got to reward that. All you did was prove to you what you could do.
Yeah.
But it's no good if you don't continue doing it in the next month. Because you have to have momentum in this company, in any network marketing business. If you have no momentum, you will slide backwards. Momentum breeds success. One person at a time is never going to do it, because you put one in, and if you're slow enough, you're losing one at the other end, and you end up in the same spot at the end of the month. You have to be putting in more business than you could possibly, because there is going to be attrition, especially if you didn't do a really good job at talking people into doing the 60-day money-back guarantee. If you didn't talk them about being on the product for 90 or 120 days, if you haven't got at least one referral from them, you're risking that they're not going to be ordering again next month. Why do all that work to get one order? It wouldn't make any sense. So you get good at solidifying the people you bring in, but you get momentum going. Momentum happens when you're putting more people in than you can possibly lose at the other end, because you will lose them. And so you guys are in that momentum. You've got that already. This month will be bigger than last month, and next month is going to be the biggest month you've had, because you put in a good number of people this month. I can't wait to see Cindy and Dennis's numbers next month, because this has been an incredible, stellar month of putting. Imagine that we're talking about it takes 50 people to go senior gold. And right now you guys can't even fathom what it means to get 50 ambassadors. You don't even know possibly how your business of 7 or 5 or 3 active people could one day become 50. And Cindy's team has put in almost 50 people this month alone, which is incredible. That's incredible to do that. That's momentum. That momentum will keep going. But you guys got to focus on Super Silver this month. Finish this month with 10 active orders, 10 active ambassadors who've placed their order, and hopefully all have their auto ship on. Now you've made senior, make sure that nobody turns back in order before it commissions. Like Annetta says, that ain't going to happen. They're not taking anything back. And then wake up on April the 1st and look at your numbers wherever you finish this month. And I want you to write down how many will it take for me to hit gold at the end of this month? And where am I going to get it? Who can I help go silver? And how many am I committed to putting in? Because if you finish this month with 10 and you help 3 people go silver, you're a gold. You need one other enrollment. If you've got 2 people who say, I want to go silver, that's 6 people on top of your 10. You just have to enroll 4. You're a gold. So, but you've got, one of the things I've learned in this business is you have to be a goal setter, and you've got to stretch out of what's comfortable, and then you have to go get it done. You can't let any negativity in your head. You got to put the number in and say, I'm going to do it. And then you just go do it. The other thing I just wanted to mention, which is just an aside, are you guys using helpcenter.plexusworldwide.com? helpcenter.plexusworldwide.com. Okay, so one of the things you could do is anytime you have a question about something or you're trying to understand something, start at helpcenter.plexusworldwide.com. Type in the little search bar, for example, super silver. Print off what it takes to be a super silver. So you've got it right in front of you, what it means to be a super silver this month. Use your rank up roadmap. Use your back office and your shareables. Do lots of 3-ways. Make sure you're bringing Cindy into 3-ways all the time, even if it's just to say hi. Cindy brings me in even though she knows the answers, even though she knows she doesn't really need me. She just does it because that brings extra credibility. It's also our chance a lot of times to edify you. I'll say things like, I know Cindy already knows the answers to anything you're going to ask, but I'm happy to also answer any questions. I'm also happy to be here because I want to make sure they know Cindy already knows everything. I'm just here, but I'm here to also support you and help answer any questions you might have.
Can you say that website again, Natalie? Help Center?
Helpcenter.plexusworldwide. Let me just, I think it's just helpcenter.plexusworldwide.com.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Before we jump off, does anybody have any questions?
Penny, you had a question for me earlier. Did you want to ask Natalie?
Yeah, the 4 days that when they ordered the free gifts, do they come separate?
Yes, they're actually being mailed directly from the Canadian office this week. They're being mailed this week from the Canadian office.
Perfect.
Yes, good question.
I had a couple of girls that got their orders and didn't get it, so I had made the assumption they were coming separate.
Yes, yeah. They're all being mailed out on the same day. You know, actually, it might have even been today. It's today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else have a question? I know it's late.
Well, Natalie, I'm slower at going right now. I don't know if Cindy shared with you why. Because I can't post stuff right now.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So I'm trying to do it. Do you have any tips? I know the Cindy said do it with Messenger. So I've been doing that way, that way. So I guess I keep doing that way until I can.
Yeah, obviously when you're out in the community, you have your samples with you, be chatting with people out in the community, make a point if there's any groups you belong to, whether it's church groups or whatever, groups, make a point of trying to communicate, but just message people. Yeah, absolutely. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I'm I just remembered, sorry about that, Penny, right? No, who was just
Pamela.
It was Pamela.
Sorry. I was supposed to jump on with you one day and I wasn't here or something and I totally forgot it, but I'm kind of like in the same, I don't mention the business part of it on Facebook either because right now I'm in the process of getting sponsored to do a course from Advanced Skills and Education, which is similar to Service Canada. And I'm not really supposed to be making any money. And right now I'm not, in a sense, because my products are being paid for, or part of them. So I don't feel the guilt of getting cash because I'm not, right now it's going into my products, right?
Right.
So I really won't be advertising the business part of it, only in private also. I do that.
Yeah.
And for now, it's been in my community, which I'm shocked that I'm doing so well in my community. Still shocked.
Pretty
and their
soon
family.
we'll have 499 people signed up out of the 500 in your community, Anita.
But I'm careful as to what I say because everybody knows everybody in this little community. So I kind of like can't give Plexus what I'm gonna give it in the future, but I'm getting around it. I'm working away around it, but I'm a little bit like Pamela there. I don't share the business part of it online. I wish I could on Facebook, but I do with my messenger, of course, but not
Right.
Facebook.
Right. That's perfect. That's perfect.
But if I don't get my sponsor, I'll know that within a week or two. Look out. Senior Gold, I'm coming. I want to work from home. This is my goal. So.
Well, and you know, I have no doubt one of the things with you is you're always so charismatically friendly.
Yeah.
That's the feeling you get when you chat. And so I'm sure that attracts a lot of people around you, is that you're always happy and enthusiastic. And
Well, I
That's
try.
her
Like
final biome.
Pardon me? What was that?
You're taking your vital biome.
No,
Well,
she's happy
I'm
too.
soon going to have to stop taking them because I'm soon going to have to be Senior Gold to pay for them. I want to take it all.
I hear you.
I love it. I have to say, I love the products. Yeah.
Well, I am so super impressed with this group, what they're doing, what you guys have created this month, the change in this community in this team. You know, I just feel like there's not that you guys will be unstoppable now. You've got each other to support. You can support one another, but you're goal oriented, and I think that's really good. And I love to see you getting out of your comfort zone. Like I know Penny, no matter what, you're getting your 6th person, you're getting your iPad. Pam, I love it because Pam says I'm going for the iPad. Cynthia, I believe, can do the iPad without a doubt. If you can do 2 this week, you can definitely put in the last 4 and keep filling the funnel.
I'm trying. I'm truly trying. I'm even coming out and doing videos, as Cindy knows, which is so not me. So, yeah.
I still haven't done one.
Well, I laugh because I say I started at Plexus with 127 friends. Now I got 1,300 and some odd friends. And I don't know half of them. I'm sorry, I don't.
But the seeds are being planted.
Natalie, in our accountability group every Monday, so every week we work on this Jewel checklist,
Right?
and we have to submit it every Monday to me by noon before we do our call Monday night. So that's been really helpful, I find. We have something to follow and get our sheet filled out for the week, and it keeps us focused, and this is what we're seeing. These are the results.
Absolutely. These are the results.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And you guys are going to find people who want what you guys are doing, and you're giving them a system to follow. So I think that's really good. And just remember, everything you do, the way you talk, the way you share your stories, the way you enroll people, the expectations you give them, everything duplicates. So watch what you're duplicating, because you're either going to make your job really hard or you're going to make your job a little bit easier, because what you do is going to duplicate. So you want to make sure they come in right. They come in with the right commitment. Start asking for referrals right from the very beginning. Know that when you talk to somebody, know without a doubt that every single person has 3 or 4 friends that would want to take advantage of a free membership. So make sure you really, really, really talk that up with them. Make it all about them. This is just about you getting your products paid for. This is just about you giving this advantage to some people that you care about. This free membership, just as I gave it to you, you want to be able to give it to them. And we're not going to be pressuring them in business. We just want them to enjoy these incredible products at wholesale pricing. The other thing to make sure is don't allow any subscription under 100. Please don't do that. That's no good. Don't allow any. If the system is making a mistake, as Cindy found out, then go in and change it. If they say to you, I only want a slim, then say that's okay. We'll set you up a subscription every other month. If they want to get a couple products, you take responsibility. You take responsibility and say, okay, we're going to do 2 months at a time, and I'm going to look after that for you. And you mark it in the calendar, and you say, you call them on that day and say, okay, you want 2 slimmers or anything else you want right now, and I'll call you in 2 months. You know, because we don't want them on there. It doesn't make sense for them to be an ambassador and do less than 100 PV. But sometimes we have to help them. And if they're not going to use 100, then we just have to guide them to do an every other month subscription. I'm comfortable. I'll say to them, I'm in business. And I'm sure there's a benefit to you because I don't want you to pay shipping every single month. You're going to save on the shipping if you do 1 shipping cost for 2 months worth rather than shipping every single month. And I'll just say to them very frankly, I'm sure you might not know this, but I'd want you to know that for people who order under 100 a month, we don't get paid anything. So even if you only want to order every other month, at least everybody gets paid that way. You've saved money. It's a win-win. It makes no sense to do it any other way. You just have to communicate that.
But if question,
Mm-hmm.
if I want to go gold and I need 20 active with 100 PVs a month,
Mm-hmm.
then they do every other month, and that can't be counted as my 20.
It's not a 20 if you go gold on a month that they don't order. But if they only order 70, they don't count either, right? They have to do 100.
Okay.
Right? So you're better to have them count every other month than count no months. Because if they go in next month and order 70, they don't count at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I have to jump on to a 10 o'clock call now. So I'm very excited. I'm excited by what this team is doing, and I'm very excited to be celebrating more iPad winners here. I know Tina and Penny are both going to get one more soon. And Cynthia and Pamela, I know you guys are working on it. So you got 4 more days.
Seeds are planted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just now drawing them in.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, Natalie, for coming on with us again. Your knowledge in this network marketing has been an awesome blessing for us. And the leader that you brought out of Cindy right next to me.
Pretty crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
We appreciate you. We look forward to seeing you again
At
real soon
convention.
at convention in June.
Yeah.
And we'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks, Natalie.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Natalie.
Have a good
Thank
night,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.